Thank you, Ali. Guys, Ali's always like rich people. He's the toughest act to follow. I think in future, if I ever make speeches with Ali, I should make sure that I go first, and then he could just end it all. So when I was first asked by Ms. Tedder and Ms. Harris to give the speech, I had no clue what to write about. How are you supposed to say goodbye to the place that has been your home for the past 5 years? How can you possibly put all of that emotion into one message? I still don't fully know how to accept the fact that this chapter of our lives is nearly over. This is such a bittersweet moment. But for a new chapter to begin, the current one must end. I don't know how many of you knew me in grade 8, but I'm sure that for the ones of you that did know me, you'd agree with me when I say I was the complete opposite of a social butterfly. I always felt like an outsider, like it didn't matter what I did, I would never fit in. And so I isolated myself and I limited all my social interactions. Something I don't tell people often is that from the age of 10 to the age of 15, my family and I lived in Hillbrow, with my parents running their own NGO that tried to tackle the inequality and the injustices faced by the poorest of the poor. But staying in the center of town doesn't come without its challenges. This meant that by the time we were all halfway through grade 8, my entire family was burnt out and in desperate need of a break. We needed to rediscover who we were and what exactly we were doing. And so, as many of you already know, halfway through my grade 8 year, my parents took me out of school. And for 6 months, we traveled around the country, basically just moving from town to town, stopping whenever we felt that we needed to anchor ourselves again. My parents decided that in order for our family to heal, we would need to remove ourselves from any environment that could remind us of the trauma that we experienced. And so the next year, I did not return to Greenside High School, and instead started grade 9 at the King's College and Preparatory School in Bryanston. And as much as it was a great school, I didn't relate to anyone there. I had just come out of an environment where death as a result of poverty was a daily occurrence. And now I was expected to relate to a child who thought the biggest issue one could face was when their parents would let them go out at night. This environment raised so many questions for me. It was a difficult period, probably one of the most difficult times of my life. I started to question my identity and why exactly my thoughts were so different from those around me. Was there something wrong with me? These thoughts caused so much hurt. Yet again, I felt so out of place and alone. Isn't it strange that the environment that was supposed to facilitate my healing actually caused more hurt than help? And so yet again, feeling restless, my family decided that maybe Greenside was the place for me. Maybe the school that my older sister had thrived at could be the place that I finally found peace. And so in grade 10, I returned to Greenside, eager to find a place that I could hopefully start to call home. It was at this moment that I decided I would never tell anyone about what I had been through. I would keep it to myself and try to heal alone, because in my opinion, I was the only person who wouldn't be judgmental. But as it turns out, the people sitting here today aren't the type of people that let you go through anything alone. Without knowing anything about my past experiences, everyone here welcomed me with open arms, pulling me along to various extramurals and social gatherings in the name of friendship. And I must admit, I was a little bit uncomfortable at first because it wasn't something that I was used to. But eventually I found that I stopped being the friend that I was being dragged along and started being the friend that was encouraging others to participate. Somewhere along the way, I forgot the promise that I'd made to myself, and I started to open up to the few people I was close with about what I'd experienced, how it affected me, and how my views on the world had changed. And to my surprise, I was never judged. Each time I opened up, I was congratulated for having the courage to express these thoughts and feelings. Look, I was still terrified to tell anyone about these things, but I did it anyway, because I believed that not only would it help my friends understand me, but it would help me understand myself. Through all this, I grew into such a confident person. I started feeling comfortable around who I was and being myself. And I'm proud to say that I, like so many others sitting here today, am completely different from the person I was in grade 8. If you had told me then that today I would be giving you all a speech at Valedictory as head girl, I would have laughed in your face because there is no way I would have believed you. However, while writing the speech, I felt myself feeling uneasy because Was I really going to tell everyone here the things that I'd been scared to speak about for years? Could things really have changed for me that much? But I think the whole idea of the speech is that it's a goodbye speech. And so it really is now or never. With this being the final time I will ever address the whole grade, there is no reason to hold back. Everyone here accepted me and made me feel more comfortable than I've ever felt without ever knowing anything about my past and how it affected me. With that said, I want to say thank you. Thank you to every single person here who has been a part of my journey. Thank you for making my high school experience so memorable. Thank you for helping me grow into the person that I am today. You don't know how much I appreciate that. Good luck for finals, guys. I know we are all going to kill it. And remember that it's never too late to choose to grow into who you're meant to be. The decision always lies in your hands.